Hey guys, this is Hetu. Welcome back to ETLQALABS. In this session, we will look at joins in SQL. Okay, so before we start the join itself, we will try to understand what is the meaning of join, right? So what do you think, guys? What is joins? I mean, as the name suggests, join is basically to join two things, right? To combine two things or more than two things, right? Together. That is join in layman language, right? So as SQL is, SQL itself is a language which can be, which is English kind of language that you can understand. So similarly, join in SQL is also having the same concept, right? So joining more than two tables is called join. Okay. So there might be need when we need, data from more than one table, then we obviously go and do the joins to fetch the data. And to join these two tables, we obviously need some common columns, right, between these two tables. Then only we can join, right? So how do you join two things? If there is some similarity, then only you can join. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense, or you cannot join even, isn't it? So that particular, related columns or the joining columns has to be there in both the tables. Then only you can join. Okay. And then okay, what we will do is we have taken the employee and department table. After that, we will try to see how the cross product works practically. Okay. So in this session, we will try to understand joins, different kind of joins briefly. And then after that, we will just try to, run one cross join. Okay. We will try to understand what is cross join and how does it work. And then, from the subsequent session, we will try to cover each and every other joins in detail. Okay. So what is join? By definition, if you see, a join clause is used to combine rows from two or more tables. As I said, right? If we want to get the data or get the rows from more than two tables, we use the joins, and that is based on related columns, right? So what is that related columns? It is basically the joining column. So both the columns name can be different, but it should have the same value, then only you can join, isn't it? So here name also I have kept same so that there is no confusion at all. Okay. So department number here in the employee table and department number in department table, both are the joining column. Okay. And this column will be used to join. Okay. All right. So by definition, you see that any join, okay, take it inner join, within inner join, equijoin, non-equijoin, natural join, self join, outer join, left outer join. I mean, within outer join, we have left, right, and full outer join. Anything, all these joins, whichever we are talking about it, it is made up of two things. One is the cross product and then condition. Okay. So cross product is a mandatory for every joining. Whether it is a cross join also, in that cross join also, we have the cross product. Okay. I mean, that is nothing but the cross join only. Uh, for cross product, it is also sometimes called as Cartesian product. Okay. Or cross join or cross product. These are the same name. Yeah. But underlying thing is basically we are actually doing just multiplying, yeah, these two tables, right? So we will see how it works. Okay. But so you understand that any join which we are talking about is the cross product plus condition. So this condition is very important because this condition will make sure what kind of join it is. Okay. So if it is equal to condition between that joining column, then it will be equijoin. If it is non-equal join, non-equal operator between these two, columns, joining columns, and then it will be non-equi. Natural join, self join, then you have outer join. So these conditions will be ensuring that these joins are, what kind of these joins are. Okay. And obviously the keyword will play a major importance. So we have say inner join, outer join, etc. We have to write it because those are the ANSI standard. So there were two things, guys. So what we will try to cover here is we will try to cover the ANSI standard way of writing the joins. Okay, there is a traditional or conventional way that we used to write it before, right? There we were not using this, inner join, left outer join, outer join. These keywords we were not using. Okay, we were simply writing the condition and we were actually putting two tables and a where clause, okay, instead of on clause in the in our case, right, in the ANSI standard. There was a different way of writing it, syntax basically. So in this session, we will see the ANSI standard, because ANSI standard is the one which will work in all the databases, irrespective of any database. For example, it will work on Oracle, DB2, Sybase, Teradata, any kind of database you take, right? So ANSI standard will work. So that's why we would like to cover the ANSI standard here, okay? So that you, irrespective of the database, you can use this queries, okay? All right, guys. So let's try to understand that. Okay, what is this? So first, let briefly try to cover what are these joins, right? So maybe quickly I will run through. So cross join is basically nothing but the cross product, right? Cross product basically one row from here will be multiplied with all these four, one from here will multiply with all these four rows, right? So it's like this, okay, guys. So if we are putting the first table and then I'm writing cross product and this table, what will happen? One row from here will be multiplied with this, second row will be multiplied with all four. So similarly, all of them will be multiplied. All right. So what will happen is, we will, let's say here we have got 6 rows, right? So 6 rows and here 4 rows. So how many rows total we will get as part of cross? We will get 24, right? So 6 into 4 equal to 24 rows we will be getting as part of your cross join or Cartesian product or the cross product. Okay. And this is the very foundation of all the queries. So we will try to understand the cross product in this session also, right? And what is the second one? Second is the inner join. So inner join, within inner join we have got equijoin and non-equijoin. Okay. So equijoin is basically when you are actually putting a equal to condition between those two columns, which are basically linking between this employee and department table. So this is the column, right? So department number of employee equal to department number of department table. When I say equal to operator between these two, right, then this will be equijoin. All right. Okay, guys. And then what will happen is, we have non-equi. If I say not equal to, then it will be non-equijoin. All right. Not able to see, I think, guys. Okay, one second. All right. And then we have something called natural join. So natural join, I will try to explain you later. But for now, you know that natural join is basically naturally performing a equi-join condition. Okay, without specifying any condition, natural join will perform a equi-join condition. Okay, that we will see it. Okay. So what is the different condition for natural join and all? And then self join. Guys, self join at name suggests that the joining the table, one table, there will not be two tables involvement, only one table, but there will be two different instance of the same table. Okay, that we will see that how do we create two instance of the same table, aliasing of the table, etc. That we will see. So that will be the self joining, means joining the same table, uh, joining a table with itself, right? So that is called the self join. And then outer join. In outer join, we will try to understand left outer join, right outer join, full outer join. In outer join, what happens, guys? We do not want, the actually both matching record from both of this table. But what we want in the outer join is, we want the full set of record from one table and matching set of record from other table. Okay. So this is what the outer join concept is. So for example, if I want left outer join on this employee, what I want is, I want all this record and then only matching rows from here, and then whichever are not matching, that will be displayed as null. Okay. So for example, if I'm saying against 10, this particular will come, right? Against 20, this particular row will come. Again 10, this particular row will, against 30, this particular row will come. And against 40, there is nothing here, right? There is no department number against 40. So what will happen is, this row will come from employee table, but against department table, we have to put null and null against these two columns. Similarly for 50 also, we have to put null and null. Okay. So we will see that how it works, right? So similarly, left outer join, if we are performing the right outer join, then we will take everything from here, and then non-matching from here will be displayed as null, right? So simple, just opposite of it. Okay, from this table and that table, something like that. Full outer join, again, it's left outer join plus right outer join basically. Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, guys. So we will see. I mean, these are pretty much exhaustive topic that I will be covering in each of the sessions going forward. But now what we'll try to understand the very core of this entire joins. We'll try to understand the cross product because this is the common for all of the joins. Okay, so cross product, once we understand the condition things, we will be able to understand very quickly. Okay, so what is cross join, guys? As I said, right, one table, one row from here will be multiplied with all these rows, right? So what will happen is I will take one row from here and then I will populate the four rows from here again. So you see, this is how we can do it. You see, guys, I think hopefully you are able to see, right? So I have taken 1000, employee number 1000, and this entire row is copied four times, right? Because this is multiplied with this is multiplied again with this and this and this. So I have got 10, 20, 30, 90 here, right? This is the of department number of what? This is department number of department table, okay? And then department name of this table. So this 4 and this 1, and again, for this all these four rows has to be multiplied. Similarly, for employee number 1001, Roger, and department number 20, I need what I need? I need another four records because it has to again multiply 10, 20, 30, 40, 30 and 90, and this is again the same information, right? So this is what, guys? This is 6 and this is 4. Every record from here or every row from here will be multiplied with all these rows, right? So this is how this works. Okay, one second, guys. Hope this is making sense. Yeah. Okay, we will see that how it works. Okay, but for now you know that, right? So similarly, so we have got 6 rows here and four rows here, and how many we produced here? We produced 24 then total. Okay, now let's go to SQL prompt and we will see. I already have two tables. Okay, so I will show you first. I have employee table and then I have department table, DEPT table. So guys, the same thing. I have already here 6 rows and here we have 4 rows. Okay, and now let's say if I am putting the cross product, okay, from EMP cross join, okay, cross join, and then I said department number. This is what you have to say. We do not have to put any other condition here, guys, because this is the cross join and it will produce you M cross N, which means employee number is having 6 rows, department number having 4 rows, which will be 24 record total. See, 24 rows. Okay. One second, guys. I just want to just say order wise so you can see it very clearly. EMP number. All right. Sorry. Order by I have to put. Okay. Yes. So as I show you, right, for this employee number 1000, we are getting this. Correct? Similarly, for 101, we are getting the 4 record. So how many records are at the right hand side? It will be getting the similar, rows created. Okay. So this is how the cross product works. Okay, guys. And this is what I wanted to cover, that you understand the cross product first. Okay. And then we will, from the next session onward, we will try to understand the rest of the joins. Okay. And I'm planning to cover it in the next session. In the next session, let me see. Yeah, so we have already covered cross join. We will try to cover the inner join. Okay, within inner join, we can see the equi join and non-equi join, guys. Okay, so let's target to cover that in the next session. But for now, I think this is what I wanted to cover as part of joins, and this is very important topic for interview, and it is for students who are actually doing engineering, etc. And as part of their DBMS, they would like to understand these joins because these are very important. And I've tried to explain you in the very detailed manner. But if you still feel that you have any questions or something, please comment down in the session. I mean, in the comment box, I will be able to answer you again. Okay. So this is all for this session, guys. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. And until then, happy learning. Bye. And one more thing, guys, please don't forget to subscribe this channel. All right. And happy learning then. Bye.